Alrighty, welcome back. I'm your man, Bad Chad, and Queen Jolene's on the camera. We got Doug in the house, and we are outside in Nova Scotia. Look at the weather we're having.
Day.
It's absolutely amazing. This is how much we appreciate good weather because we don't always get it.
No.
And we're very thankful for it. And now it's time to get outside and do a little bit of playing on the hot rods. We'll be outside a little bit. That'll be nice. Yesterday, we welded up the pieces on the fenders. I did this side. I did that side. Doug did the hood and that stuff. On today, what's going on? This is what's going through my brain. If I take the car off the body, or off the chassis, if I take the car off the chassis, I will not know where I'm going to want my cross member. I shouldn't say I'm not going to know. I will when I put the motor and transmission, I'll know. But I will not know where this square stock lies unless the body's on the car. The body's on the car, the body has been built on the car. The floor has been built from the chassis. So what I'm trying to say is all the square stock that you see on this car, like you can see where it's coming together, where this stuff is, this is how I do this sort of stuff. The cross member in the car, like the X-brace in the car is right there. It's underneath the square stock. I let the square stock dictate how I'm going to build the floor in the car. And the reason being is I like to put the square stock right over top of the chassis that they have. So when the square stock comes along the chassis like this, I'm lying it on top of the chassis. You cannot see that square stock unless you're up underneath it and trying to get at it. When I have a cross member that comes here, there probably was a cross member underneath there that covered the square stock so you couldn't see it. Exactly what's going on here, everywhere. Generally, there's a cross member that's covering the square stock. That's how I chose to pick and lay the square stock on the car. Basically, I laid it over top of what the frame is. Where I have cut the X-brace out of the frame, there, where I've cut that out, I'm going to have to put a new X-brace back in this chassis. And what I want to do is like when I started, I want the the X-brace to run underneath of this square stock that we made the floor. That's basically where I want it. So I want my X-brace to come this here, shaped like that, shaped like that. And then obviously you can run back brand new to the frame like the old one is, but it's just going to be in a different configuration than it was when it was new, basically. And all the square stock. What I'm going to say now is ask yourself, how would I know? Not say how would I know. I guess how would you know where to put the cross member or the cross X-brace if I did not put the car back on the body? It'd be pretty hard. Once I fill that console in, so you can't see down through, basically you're in trouble, or not saying trouble, it's just harder to make this X-brace in the frame if it was covered over and you couldn't see it, put the body back on, laying on your back, trying to figure out where it goes, where it should be. What me and Doug are going to do is we're going to do it now. And what I mean, we're going to make an X-brace now. We're not going to weld it in continuously or nothing like that. But we are going to make square stock go underneath this piece for the X-brace and make that shape so we know where it goes when it comes time the body comes off. Because I don't want to get into that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It would be nice to have the headers figured out before that's done so we could weld that up, sandblast it, and start the filler work. My plan is to get most of this completed in here. Then I know where the X-brace is in the back because it's still connected. In the front, we do not. So that's why I want to make it now. But my plan is to get most of this mocked up with the headers going through. Basically, we know where the steering is going to go. That's a piece of piss. We've got the console metal made and that sort of stuff. Basically, I want to get it separated so I can give the chassis to Nathan and Doug to get it sandblasted and get all the pieces made to box it in, all that sort of stuff, change the suspension, do that. Then I can go on the body work. Like there's no holding me back because I can weld on it, I can fill on it, I can do a whole bunch of stuff once we know where everything's going. And that's basically what we're trying to do. But I think it's crucial to make this X-brace or this piece, seeing that we know exactly where it's going and the shape of it. That's what I'm thinking. And if I made I was going to put the console on, but how would I get underneath there? You know what I mean? It'd be harder to get underneath there to do it. So let's do it. It's just going to be two pieces a part of an X-brace, but it's going to be done now, which I think is going to be better for the future. Alrighty. Doug is going to cut my pieces. We've got some 1x2 back here. 1x2, and it's 1/8 wall. Very nice and thick, good stuff. We want 2 pieces, Doug.
2 pieces.
2 pieces. What I'm going to do, this has got an angle to it, right? I want it to lay, I want the X-brace to be directly underneath the square stock is what I want. So all I'm doing is mimicking the square stock like before. I used the square stock and mimicked the frame. That's exactly where the X-brace started, and it laid right on top of it, just like the back did. But we want a piece, I'm going to say 22 inches. And the reason being, I got a couple cuts here, a couple angles, and I want 2 of them 22 inches, please, Doug. Please and thank you. I'll get them in there. We'll clamp them up so they're right underneath there, so we know exactly they're going to fit. I'll make a line what kind of angle I want on them. You'll watch, you'll see, and that's what's going to happen. As Doug's doing that, Jolene's seen this side that we welded up. We got this all welded up here. Very strong. This is very strong with the square stock weld down there and that cap in there, all welded inside. Very strong. Go ahead, Doug. If you want to, buddy. You want a pair of gloves?
Good. I'm good.
Doug is doing this side, and I must express my thoughts. I'm very happy of what never come in here and did anything other than tell him what I want done, and he's doing an excellent job. Excellent, like going good. Like just right now, he's going around filling a few pinholes that were missed. Other than that, beautiful. Got that all welded up there. Got this side welded up. We got some rough work down there to fix. We got some rough work there to fix. We got a piece to put in there. That's going good, doing a good job. Fantastic. That's what I said. I always tell him when he's doing a good job when the grinder's going. That way he can't hear me. Don't measure that again, Doug. Don't measure that again.
I thought you were going to run away with it, so.
No. You don't even have to, whatever, you want to mark it if you want to, but.
I'm using measuring tape, bud. No, run away with that again. That's it.
Got some clamps right here. Just my opinion, the time is now for this. So I know the shape of it. I got the frame sitting right in front of me. What better time to make this than now? Okay. I'm gonna leave that there. And that no, I don't have to leave that there. What I'm gonna do is I'll mark it here. That way there, we'll know that welds onto, when we box that goes on beside the frame, obviously. I'm going to take and cut this one with this. Just going to draw it on there. And the reason I'm going to draw on there, I just find it easier.
Oh, I don't like that marker. I don't like that marker.
No, I want to come back some. Mark that line out. I'm hoping that that one is the exact same. I'm going to put it on there and mark it anyways. I don't think it's necessary for me to try to make a mistake. I'm just going to give a mark here for Doug to cut. Try to get him as straight as you can, Doug, if possible, buddy.
What, is that one crooked?
No, not at all. I'm just saying to you.
Start then. I'm a little bit crooked sometimes.
What, you rip people off?
No, you took that all the wrong way, bud.
I
knew you would.
No.
What do you think? You think I rip people off?
No, Christ, Doug.
Well, thank you.
Doug's probably one of the easiest going teddy bears I know.
Teddy bear, who wants to cuddle?
Doug. Who wants to cuddle? They have a live chat. We'll see who does want to cuddle with you, Doug. We'll see who wants to cuddle with you. I'm thinking that's what I want going on there. That line there. Try to do the best you can, obviously. Always, like you always do.
You can use my square if you want.
Well, these marks aren't, these angles aren't, what can I say?
So you're guessing?
Well, these I'm guessing, I'm going from the car. How's that? You can cut that one, please. Don't cut that line. You're cutting that angle there, the front to back, and then you're cutting that angle there all the way. Okay? Thank you. Let's do this one. And the reason I want to do that is trace it, because I know it'll fit. Basically, that's why I trace things. Because I know it'll fit.
Sunglasses.
If I don't trace it and I measure it, it might not fit. I like how that. Nice. I like it. That should be longer. Take this off. It's not fitting underneath. It's not giving me a true read. I'm gonna go back here. Got some stuff in the way. Not gonna worry about it right now. What I mean, stuff in the way. There's some metal down in there that probably I would like to have out of the way, but I'm gonna mark it anyways. That's the line it's going to get. And I'm going to mark it there. Now when you can picture it when you put the tunnel of the car in, you'd never, I'll say never, but it'd be hard pressed to make a don't like my mark I made. Don't like my mark. Hard cut, the long one, where it's a long, the hard cut. This one here is a hard cut. I probably should have, I could have even left that, to be honest with you, but.
Right now, pal.
What's that?
Too late now.
Yeah. What I could have done is left the angle, and then we could have cut the angle when we put it in, but I didn't. I'm going to all right, Doug, cut this one, Not that line. Where's it got the? Where's it got?
Like 5 lines there.
It's got this. It's got stitches.
Stitches.
It's got stitches. Snitches get stitches. But anyways, that's the one I want there. Leave that end alone for now because I don't know if I should have cut that end or not. What I'm saying is I may not have should have not cut this end because I might need a little bit of length in there. But I'm thinking I'm going to be building it out a little bit. We'll see what happens. Sharp piece there. I didn't cut the angle. It's not we can see the angle up here. I'm not going to cut that one up here because I'm going to probably not sure yet. But did you see that? Huh? So like just like chocolate bar. I broke himself off a piece. Do this. How did I do that? I put that underneath, didn't I? That's what I did.
Gutter?
Gutter's the last thing that goes on, but I got her.
Yeah, gutters.
You know? Did you know that, Doug?
Yeah, since you're buying gutters.
I'm gonna just put that right on there like that. If it's nice, eh, Doug?
Excellent. Yeah.
Right now I need a piece.
Cut to fit, buddy.
Got to fit. Cut me a piece foot long, Doug. Foot long.
My foot or your foot? Jolene's foot?
You want, like we gotta, yeah, make it a foot. We need 2 of them.
Well, let me measure your foot here.
So basically, what I'm, like I said, this is going to end up being the cross brace for the chassis, 2 by 1 by 1/8 plate or square stock, and we're going to make that shape there, obviously, right down to where it's going into the transmission tunnel, and then we'll just let it sit there. We'll pull it out. At least we'll have the shape when it comes time to put it in, and I can mark where it goes to put it in. And then we'll have it. And that way there, when I, like that's not staying there right now, and we want to box that chassis in first and get that welded on the side of the box chassis, obviously. Have that shape so when it comes time that we want to put it in the car, it's there. I can mark it or whatever. I just think it's a good thing to do. I think. It must be, that's what I'm doing. Thanks, buddy.
Not a problem, man.
We'll take another one of those. We're just going to slide that on there. Make it fit this spot. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go underneath and check it out. I'm going to say that we're probably a little bit. I'm just going to check it out. That's all I'm going to do. Just go underneath and check it out. And I'll tack it together. And then we'll have it. Trying to see which end fits better. We got a little bit of a gap down here, obviously, because we got an angle going on. That's what it's about.
Here's a hammer.
Yeah, that worked, Doug. All right. I'm gonna draw a mark here, Doug, and I want an angle to that sucker.
On your marker?
Yeah, on your count. Ready, set, go. What I've got about a quarter of an inch of a gap going, so I'm just going to go a quarter of an inch of a same thing that they did. We'll do that. I'm hoping that stays within reason. We got another piece, do we?
Yeah, sure do.
Hope I didn't cut you too short on that because of the angle I got cut going on, that's all. Kind of a sin, but I did it. I did it. Same thing. Probably could throw the carpet on the hoist, never thought of that. So you first day open, never thinking about using the hoist, me rolling around the ground by the hoist.
I thought you wanted to roll around on the ground. I'm watching other people do it sometimes.
All right, I got this one cut for you.
Most excellent.
Plan this in. Look this bad boy. Just sand her up a little bit. You want it up in the hole? Matter to me, like, I'm used to rolling around the ground. I'm used to rolling around on the ground. There we got a nice little piece that fits in here. I think that'll work. I'm hoping though to give a little bit more gap there. We're close. We get a, fits nice though. I want to put a little bit of gap in the metal, and the reason being is I want it to penetrate. So I'd like to have like 1/16 or an 1/8 probably. Would be nice. I'm just going to tack this together too, because it's going to move. Doug, are you able to like that out some? That's where it's going to lie. That's where it's going to lie. You got the other one cut?
Yes.
Oh. Okay, might as well take it. And then you bring the welder over, if you will. That black cord that I got the grinder plugged into should be great.
Okay.
I'm just going to tack these together, and then we got one more to cut. See that? Ah. My sweet Jolene. Back off, boy, she's mine. That'll work. That'll work. Put that up inside there.
I need to find a girlfriend and name Jolene so I can have a queen too.
Is that what you're gonna do, Doug?
No.
Make me proud, buddy. Make me proud. Huh? Yeah, we're gonna have a funny cut on this side. It's kind of not what I want it to do, but it is what it is. You gonna ground me up? Doug's gonna ground me.
You are.
And that's good. That piece there is up inside that chassis. That makes me happy. Yeah, I might as well take that. What the hey? We've got 2 more pieces to cut. So 2 more pieces, and then we can pull it out and see what it looks like. I'm just going to tack it in 4 corners. Turn it on, Doug.
All right, gas is on everything here. Yep. Good.
Just so nothing takes off. Yeah. Start welding it up and get it out of shape. I don't want to do that. Just want to tack it together. Nice gap for penetration. Something holding my head down. Don't like that feeling. You, Doug? Don't like that feeling. Oakley dokie. Coming out for a second. Now, Douglas, we want 1 more piece. Excuse me, sweetie pie. Excuse me, sweetie pie. Now, we need 1 more piece. Let's make it 7.5. Make it 8. 2 8s.
Oh, hello, sweetheart.
I got quite an angle to make right there, and I want to have enough to make that angle. I don't like the angles I'm going to have to make, but it is what it is. This piece here, yeah, that's good. It's good. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this and seeing this piece come up here and directly right on that motor mount where that stays in line with that is. I don't know if they're exactly the same or not. It does not matter. This one here comes up. It's just a little bit before that mount. But most of the times on the engine, one mount on one side is just a little bit way more than the other. So it is what it is. Basically, all I'm doing when I say that is I'm investigating as I'm building this car. I'm investigating all the time to make sure that things are going good. Basically, you want to be investigating, but I'm sure that one side, the motor mount, is one way or more than the other. Also, we had the big controversy about the engine and all that stuff. Basically, you know, it's basically this simple. Like, all we have to do is slot the motor mount bolts on the motor mounts on the motor, and we can adjust it either way, the little bit that we had to do. And if you think about it, most cars in the 50s and 60s had shims everywhere. So for 1 second, if you think if something's off just a little tiny bit or anything like that, do not get afraid, because the shim on this side will be this thin and the shim on this side will be this thick if it has to be to make it what it has to be. So that's the way they made them, as far as I know. Everything is shimmed. I'm not building a unibody car where everything's tight and right. So no fret, no worries. Like some people got a little worked up, but everything is basically, what I'm saying is adjustable. That might be not adjustable, but we still can slot the motor mounts and move them up and down and move it around a little bit. I just drilled the hole and I'm just going with it as fast as I can, obviously. But we want two of those.
Slow down.
Two of those. Slow down, he says. But what I'm saying is, there's no, like, I mean, to me, like if we're off like a little bit somewhere, we're allowed to shim it. We're built right on the chassis. There's no shims in it whatsoever. Basically what we'll do is we'll flatten her out. We'll build it the best we can, the straight as we can, and we'll put the shims in it where it's necessary, just like GM did and Ford and Dodge and all of them guys. So no worries. It's going fantastic. This thing looks great. Fantastic. I got quite a, seen that on the internet, how to make that angle. And what was I going to say? Is there another clamp? Another clamp nearby, you see her? There. Thank you.
You need any more, bud?
I'm going to give you another cut, Doug. Where'd that go? Yeah, am I laying on it?
Slippery fingers.
Cut this one, Douglas.
What's up, buddy?
I might as well just lay down here and relax.
Yes, man. I'll give you something comfortable to lay on.
No, I'm just, I don't want to be here that long.
Well, the longer you're there, the longer I don't have to be there at
Oh,
all.
there you go. Doug's usually the one underneath the old ride, isn't he?
Keeps me out of your hair.
Doug is the welding man, making me happy. Welding real good. Awesome. All the square stock has to be welded underneath here yet also. There's going to be a day that we're going to have to pull this bad boy off. I'm hoping sooner than later. My plan is to get, as much mocked up as possible, but I really want to get that Hudson more or less moved and out of the shop and running. That way there we can plunk this frame over where the Hudson is, give it to Nathan and Doug, and then I can hammer down on some body work. That would be great. I can get the car on a table and start slinging some mud. They can be doing some fabricating on the chassis and that sort of stuff. And that's what I'm thinking. That's my plan. I'm hoping to. Tradesies?
Jeez.
Nice cut, Doug. I don't know if I did a good job on that. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to tell myself I did a good job on that.
You should.
There's no reason not to. You want to put that welder on, sweetheart? Nope, I gotta go get the helmet, so I got it. I'm a big boy now. Scary. Oh, I didn't even turn it on, or did I turn it on? Didn't turn it on. Isn't that something? Huh? That's in a big hurry to get it done. Got to turn the welder on. Oh, sorry. Batting the camera around too also. She's not going to be happy. Boy, she's not going to be happy. Cut a gap on this side, but I think I can handle it. I'm a big boy now. Good. Whole wheat shred. He's got that together. You got the other one there, Duckles? Thanks, buddy. Is there any more C-clamps, I wonder? Oh, there gotta be. That one fits real good. Man, that one's good. Yeah, I'll take the swivel head there. The swivel head.
What'd you call me?
Called a lot of things, but not a swivel head. Doug, you did a fine job cutting them. Did a fine job. I'll bat it around with a hammer. It doesn't look like it fits. We'll go with it. It's okay. A little bit there. Tack her together. Alrighty. Some of the cuts, or some of the cuts are to be desired for, if you know what I mean, the angles that I give you, not your cuts, my angles that I give you are to be desired for, but we have put that together within the time that you're watching. I'm not sure how long it would take, not knowing and measuring and trying to do it without having the car there and get that right in the middle there. How would you know? Like, basically what I'm saying is, if you want to go on the door, Doug, we're going to take this one off. So instead of letting it fall, I'll get you to grab it as we take this off, so we can take this off. There, there. There she be, right in her glory. So we'll know, we can weld that up. I mean, let's face it, it's 8th plate, and we can grind it off and make a nice job. We've got gap in it, that's for sure. So we'll do a real nice job on that when it comes time. And then we got the passenger side with the angle and everything up front. There's the cross member for that side. So basically what we got going on is, yeah. Basically, nope, that way, and that way. I haven't got this one angled off here yet. That way. That's basically the cross. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld that stuff together. You're more than welcome to do what you got to do, Doug. You do what you got to do. I'm gonna see if I can get that thing welded together. I am going to weld it together. And that way there we'll have a nice piece for the chassis when it comes time. A little bit of a mess here in the middle. That's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld that together. It's not, what can I say? It's not a straight piece. This piece here is not straight. Neither one of them are. They've got a curve to them. And it's just like the car. The car has just a curve just like that. That one has a curve too. That's fine. That's the way it works. That's the way it's going to fit. What I'm going to do now is, I've got good gap going on here. I don't want to warp them up when I'm welding them. I do not want to warp them up. And I do not have a table to lock them down. So this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Doug's doing a beautiful job on the front end. Makes me happy. Makes me very happy. This is what I'm going to do. I have some gap, or some where it goes together is very tight. Some of it's got lots of gap. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld a little bit on one, and then I'll just go and move around. And the reason being, if I start laying it on there, that thing's going to twist, no doubt. I've got it tacked in 4 corners, but let's face it, I want it to stay in the shape that it's in. So I'm going to play with it, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. First, I'm going to clean the welder. I appreciate everybody coming back and watching. I just feel like that should be done, or it's the easiest time to do it. That's all I'm thinking. You can see it. You can get at it. Not sure what's going to happen with the rest of it yet. We're kind of just building as we go. I want to weld this together, keep it in shape. Just going to go around the circle and take the zip cut. I'm going to cut this open a little bit. Just putting lots on it so you can grind it off and make it look nice. Believe it or not, I'm looking for a bench. Believe it or not. Just putting all kinds of weld on it. They've got good gap. Just trying to make it look the best I can by filling it full, and then I can grind it off. And with me knowing that what the gaps that I have, I should be fine when I grind it off. I mean, I should have all kinds of penetration. That's what I'm thinking. I'll even add weld to it to make it look good. This one should be cut off a little bit probably. Turn that up in heat probably. Got her nice and warm. Let it cool off for a minute. The reason I'm going to let it cool off for a minute because I don't want to get it all in shape. I want to keep it somewhat in shape. I can burn it on right quick, but probably wouldn't be best. I know that when you get something hot and then you quench it really fast, it makes it hard. It's just I guess the guys that make the knives, when you quench it, you're taking it from red hot to cooling down as probably, I think, as quick as possible, I guess, which tempers it, which makes it harder. I do not feel like me blowing air on it is going to temper anything on this, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you could overthink something like that, but I don't think the hose is going to temper it because of the thickness and how hot I got it. I don't think I got it that hot. What I am going to do though, I've got one piece, you can see how that, see how I got that, the cut was wrong. I should have made a little angle on this one. And this cut here is longer than this one because you made a cut on that one. I'm going to cut.
Perfect. Your line was wrong.
Yeah, there you go. Anyways, I'm going to cut that off and make it look right. Sand it off, cut it off, one or the other. Cut it off, and then we'll weld it up. That way there, it looks good when it's done. Yeah, that looks better. We'll cut that off. Then we weld it up, we can make it look nice. This one's a bit overdone there, but it's okay. It's okay. That one there should probably be popped off a little bit. A little thicker than that. Just make it look better, that's all, when it's welded up. The metal was about to drop there, so I stopped. That's basically what went on there. Got a good gap. I know I got good penetration. How you making out, Doug?
Awesome. How about you, man?
Oh, it's going good. Going good. Spot here, I want to put more weld on, make it look, or give me something to grind actually. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spot there, see like a instead of wasting wire, where's my trusty coat hanger?
One in the car. By that level.
Okay. Doug, if that coat hanger. Hey, there it is, baby. Baby's got a good eye. Woohoo! Instead of wasting all that wire down in that bottomless pit, put a coat hanger in it and grind it off. Huh? Save on product there. Freaking right. I don't know what you would say, but a peace of mind that you could fill the hole. We're getting close to these bits here. Do you like that little demonstration? That went well, didn't it? That was called Coming Together. I think I've got these all welded up. Can be a noisy spot sometime. what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock one of them off with a grinder, flush it off, and show you what it looks like. Yeah! Try this bad boy. Hard place where Doug's working on that, inside that fender is, and where that hood is. Hard to grind, and it's not bad to weld, I guess, but want to get nice and clean down in there. If I can, I'd like to have a sanding wheel to take them off. I find a hard disc jumps and scratches it too much, I find. But if you can get a good one of these and you can flush it off, it's really nice. When you're plugged in. Holding it flat. Just showing that, once I get it buffed off, just because it didn't look that good at first, that's fine. Just get it welded up and buff it off. It's all going the same, I guess. Whether I did one continuous bead across that and tried to burn it in as nice as possible, okay, I wanted to weld it up without getting going all the different places, without holding it down. So I just took my time. Same thing, comes up the same way. So that's what I'm going to do with those, make those look nice. And then when it comes time, we'll have that shape to put inside the car. Just something I felt like I had to do. I want to thank everybody for coming back and everybody for the great comments and all that sort of stuff. Keep watching, we'll be here. See you tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. We are.